Alright, Hacks, what is up on a Sunday morning? We're here
Morning.
looking at the news, and there's a lot
So,
going on.
um, you may not have been paying attention, but I've been watching because Johnny Depp's my boy, and there's not a movie that he's done that I haven't seen all the way back to his crybaby days. Okay, it's my dog. So I was really disappointed when I learned about all the stuff going on with Amber Heard and all that stuff, and he's abusive because that was kind of like that's my boy. So um, well, then you hear about like he he's suing for defamation, right? So he's suing $50 million for defamation. Um, and and it turns out that she is the abuser. All the stuff that's coming out in court right now is pointing the other way. Like all of the abusive allegations were made up. There were lies. Like she's got text message stuff that she's a liar. Um, like she was the abuser, and we were talking about men's mental health and kind of the stuff that she put him through is crazy. Like it is bananas. Like she like one of the things that's out right now is she says that she used to have to carry this case of concealer to with her at all times because she was always getting beaten, and she has like the whole concealer thing pulled up. She's like, it's this brand and this is what she had to carry and yada yada yada. And then the makeup people went on TikTok and were like, uh, nah, fam. This didn't even come out till 2017. Y'all's relationship ended in 2016. You're a liar.
So
like,
I just saw this story. The
like
makeup brand
you're a
said,
liar.
"Nah."
Yeah, like she's just making things up, like, and it's very very obvious, like it, and it keeps going. Like, the one thing that bothered me, like personally, like this one, it affected me, is I'm listening to one of the court scenes, and they're listening to a recording that he had made, or of them talking, and he was, I guess he was basically saying, you're the one who is beating me. You hit me. Like, why are you telling people that I hit you? And he's like, I'm gonna sue you. And he's telling her, like, this is what's gonna happen. Like, and she's like, nobody's gonna believe you. She's like, yeah, I hit you, but nobody's gonna believe you. Like, and just kind of like going in, like, and he caught her on tape. That's the best part about all of that.
That's great.
Is
That is
all of it's on tape. All of
because
the
otherwise,
bullshit.
she's right.
Yeah, yeah, it's all on tape, and he caught her with everything, and it's just like, man, because you like you said, she's right. Nobody would believe him, but he got it all on tape. It's all there, plain as day. He's not making it up, and he's having to like relive all of it just to clear his name. Apparently, somehow he got her to admit to like everything on tape. Like, I don't know. Like,
Just like, hey, let's talk about what you did to me.
yeah, like I don't know how he. I mean, I can't. I don't have any of the videos here, but it was it. It is, like I said, it's sweet, sweet vindication. It is and it, and like I said, it brings to light um some of
Yes,
that
you do.
men's mental health stuff that I was talking about, because I'm sure that this happens a lot, and it goes underreported, or when it is reported, the police don't take it seriously. Um, it it it's just kind of one of those things where when the he was being abused, like he's mentally abusive, like verbally abused, physically abused, and it went on. And then she
God.
turns around and says, "No, it was him."
All
Like,
these terrible things. You ever see the movie Gone Girl?
yeah,
That's her.
yeah, yes,
That's her.
yes. I can't wait for the movie version of this.
Oh my god. uh,
So anyway, yeah, I've been watching it. It has been fantastic. Now I haven't been like glued to it watching the trial. I've just been watching little highlights here and there.
right.
Let's not let's not get crazy.
But you know, with the I don't know, like when, like I didn't even know you could like go on TV and watch trials and stuff until like I guess the Rittenhouse thing happened, and I was like really interested in like the outcome of that. I guess that's like a thing. There's like other YouTube channels that like that's what they do.
Yeah.
It's like lawyers that like watch cases and whatever, and you can go to their streams whenever they're covering.
Yeah.
And they just do that, you know.
It's I've watched several cases online like that. When we had the cop that killed the black kid case here, like I watched that whole trial. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to be more specific because
the one here, yeah.
The one here, yeah. Okay. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Did you see
Sadly,
yes. Speaking of that, did you see the ones about the cops arresting the 8-year-old kid for stealing a bag of Doritos?
I thought I saw that headline. I did not read the story.
And the funny thing is they're like, "Oh, you're stealing this," and then they dumped out the Doritos. But were you trying to stop that from happening?
8-year-old arrested, Syracuse cops.
I think they ended up taking him to the parents' house, but they were pretty rough with him.
Yeah. I don't know. I was surprised, but also don't shoplift. But also,
Yeah,
he's 8.
right.
He's not a 22-year-old celebrity kleptomaniac, you know, Winona Ryder, who probably should have been purport to the car.
I forgot about Winona Ryder.
You forgot about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and she like the thing about her that got me was like she's rich. She could just buy all this crap. Why is she stealing it? That was what. Like,
Some people just like the thrill.
Yeah, something not right up there.
I get it. I mean, who am I to judge?
Yeah. If go like free climbing or something like that. Oh wait, you don't actually want a real risk.
It's a real risk. Going to jail is a real risk.
I mean, not for her. She went to jail for like what, 6 months at minimum security, country club jail or whatever.
Even then,
she mostly got put in therapy for kleptomania.
Buy your way out of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that headline and I was just like, Let's see, what else? We had this story you sent me about this that Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Nearly 11% of Twitter accounts participating in discourse are fake.
Oh yeah, so I sent you that because I wanted to find out what was going on, what was the latest tea. So I got on Twitter and I just typed in Johnny Depp into the thing, and almost everything that I saw was like pro Johnny Depp, like, you know, are you watching this? And very few were, you know, pro Amber Heard.
Right.
And it turns out that all of the ones that are fake are the Amber Heard people that are just being like trolls. They're just trying to stir up shit. Essentially, is what.
I was thinking something more nefarious rather than just like people trying to stir it up, because I was like, there's companies you could pay to like have a bunch of fake accounts or whatever that'll spam whatever message you want.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure she knows PR people in Disney or whatever that would like do this for her.
Well, that article says that typically you're gonna have 3 to 5% of people that are trolls. Like that's usual. Like anytime there's a big story, 3 to 5% are trolls. And what they're saying is that
pretty high.
this is 11% is really high, and so there's probably some nefarious shit going on. Is what that article's talking about. Like they're like, there's always gonna be bullshit, right? That's just the nature of Twitter, social media.
No, I didn't do one. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But this level of it is, they're saying it's probably, there's probably some shit going on.
This is interesting comment here. While 11% may not seem like much, it is on par with the percentage of inauthentic accounts that participated in, quote, aggressive election interference.
Oh, did you see that she shit on his pillow?
I did see that. And then she said, no, that was the Yorkie. He's just like, no. No, it wasn't. It was the Yorkie. We had these dogs, and they pooped on his pillow. And you're like, no. Apparently, the story I saw said that he was like, well, let's just go home. And his security guards were like, sir, I don't think that's a good idea. And he's like, why? It's my home. And then they showed him the picture, and he just started laughing, because what else can you do? It's like, oh, she rubbed feces all across my side of the bed.
Yeah, hers.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What really seemed odd to me also was, I guess, when he was being questioned, like when the vodka bottles crushed his finger or whatever and it was bleeding everywhere, he started writing on the walls with it. What all drugs was he on at that moment?
Yeah.
Like how high was he to think like, hey, I need to write some reminders with my bleeding finger that I can see the bone in. He's like, I need to write some reminders to myself here on this wall.
I was looking at some stories, and sorry, this says there's a meme. So the lawyer's cross-examining Depp, and he's like, "You're a lot bigger than Amber, correct? Or you're a lot bigger than Miss Heard, correct?" And he goes, "I wouldn't say that."
Have you seen her?
Apparently, everybody in the courtroom cracked up when he said that. Anyway, okay, so we were being clear and concise about this. Anyway,
you're feeling good about everything that's coming out.
Yeah, I'm happy.
She's being shown to have been a lying, crazy individual.
But I mean, hopefully, honestly, at the end of the day, it's kind of like one of those things where I hope that it starts changing minds because of how widely, what's the word I'm looking for? How, how famous this is, because I mean this is shit that goes on all the time, right? And and if you don't have the evidence, like you said, like we've talked about, nobody's going to believe you. And so I'm really hoping that this is kind of going to open some eyes, and it's going to also encourage men to not take the shit, to stand up to their abusers. You know what I mean? Like it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy when you say it, but you have to stand up to your abusers. But women on average are smarter than men. Let's be honest. Let's just put it out there. And if they find a way to manipulate a man, they can beat them down verbally until there's nothing left of that man. And so, or the man they used to be.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of something that I think needs to be brought to light, and I'm really hoping that that's what's going on here is that more guys will see, hey, this behavior, one, is not okay, right? And two, that it's okay to say something. It's okay to get away from that. It's okay to you know stand up for yourself.
Well, I find it interesting in some of the newer statistics, and I'll just throw this out there. But some of the newer stuff that I've seen is that in watching this Johnny Depp thing, it's like, okay, well, but anyway, so this basically was that some of the most like violent, on average, violent relationships are between two women. Like the most at all times.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
I don't know why that is or what that's about, but like statistically, just overall, like on a per capita basis, percentage wise, it has the most instances of physical violence.
Do you think that's because, like, and this is, no evidence or anything, it's just my thought process. Do you think that's because, like, you understand as a man that if it comes to violence, you are going to do a lot of fucking damage? Like, when if it gets to that point, there's going to be significant damage done. Whereas maybe women don't think that way.
Well,
Like,
and as is seen in the herd thing, is like when women become the abusers in the relationship, they're like 90% more likely to use a weapon.
yeah, that's true.
And that's what has been called like the equalizer or whatever else. It's like unless a dude just like snaps and becomes like goes over to the realm of psychopathic, violent killer type,
Right.
like he's using his hands.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And
But again, I still think there's a thought process there where, like we we may yell, we may get aggressive, but if it comes to blows, like
somebody's going to
my
the hospital.
my
Yeah.
my hand would crush a woman's face. Like that's what would happen. And yes, somebody's going to the hospital. Like you can't just like sweep that under the rug, you know?
Yeah, and it's until you put something to the test, it's hard to kind of fathom the difference in strength between average men and average women. Like it's not even close. So, yes, when it comes to violence, it's going to be bad. On average.
I don't know. So I don't know if that's a determining factor in all of this. I'm just saying, like that's excuse me, golly, that's kind of just one of those, like something that we should, or not we should look into, but it's something that probably happens, and that's probably why the more violence are the two women.
Yeah.
But also, man, I know a guy a gay dude that used to get his ass beat by his abusive boyfriend.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen in
and
all,
it was like
you know.
like ass whooped. Um, and it was kind of like one of those deals where it's like, no, that's still domestic abuse because y'all live together. Like that's like,
Yeah.
that's not
It's not
okay.
like your buddies or whatever.
Right.
Fighting.
It's not like you're fighting with your roommate. Like that's yeah. That's anyway. It was
I would
this
have.
was years and years ago before I was super woke like I am now.
Yeah.
So,
You're like, I think something's wrong with this. I think that's still wrong.
I'm pretty sure that's not okay. Like, I'm telling you, like, because when somebody told me they were telling me about it, they told me about it, and you're like,
no,
bro, it's a fight between two bros, like, and then discussing it and talking about it, and I was like, no, that sounds pretty bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, we can leave off that topic now, but I just wanted to say that if we continue our men's mental health arc, this kind of falls into that.
Yeah.
Where you at some point you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, and I mean,
That's how I feel about it.
I think for Mr. Depp, it was too little, too late to extricate himself from that situation without a lot of damage already done, kind of deal.
Yeah, and he had to, he eventually actually had to make all of those videos and videotapes or audio tapes to help himself, so he had to stay in it for a minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, on a side note, I just went to the store this morning, and I wasn't wearing a hat. Now, if you've watched our show, you know that I wear a hat all the time. I wear a hat for every show. Now, this isn't just for the show. I wear a hat 100% of the time outside. Most of the time inside. Because the one times that I don't wear a hat inside is when I bang my head on something and I get scars on your head. Your hair is a protectorate. I don't know if people know this, but that protects your scalp. And when you don't have any hair, your scalp is open to injury. Anyway, so I go to the store and I forgot my hat. I walked out. I was trying to get to the store quick and get back so we could do the show. And the lady is smiling at me. And I'm like,
she doesn't recognize me.
No, because I'm in there all the time. And I was like, is she making eyes at me? And I was like, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Well, then I used to be a good-looking guy a long time ago before I got fat. Anyway,
and old. Don't forget old too.
Old and fat and gray. So I get back in the truck and I look at my head, and this is my tan line. It looks like it. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like I'm wearing a bald cap on Saturday Night Live. And so I realized that she's just laughing at me. Like,
you know what it looks like? I wasn't thinking bald cap. You know what I was thinking? What? I was thinking of the bad spray tan picture that they had of Trump with the face.
I was like, nope, that's what that was. That's what that smile was.
She was not attractive. Turns out I just look like
Oh, man.
All right.
Yeah, bad spray tan. No, that's I've been at a lot of track meets, and
there's a lesson here. So you can just tie this into men's mental health. Never be afraid to laugh at yourself. It's too funny. All right,
Pretty funny.
that's gonna be it for this one. Hacks out.
Hacks out. Thank you for watching this episode of BroPartisan Hacks with Rhys and Rob. We really, really appreciate you watching, tuning in. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to us. We're putting out content as often as we can. Share it with your friends. Get it out there. Get our names out there. Also, hit that bell, tap that bell right there so that you can get updated when we put out a new video. Rob and I are trying to pump these videos out as often as we can. However, we both have day jobs, we have families, so our schedules have to line up so that we can make a new video. Speaking of our day jobs, our opinions and views expressed are our own and in no way represent those of our respective employers. Thank you. Thanks again for watching.